Assalamualaikum. My name is Adlina Abdulatif, and today I'm going to present about lipid metabolism. Table of contents in this slide can have a definition and also lipid metabolism. Definition. What is metabolism? Metabolism is a term that is used to describe all chemical reactions involved in maintaining the living state of the cells and the organism. Metabolism can be divided into two categories. The first one is catabolism, which is the breakdown of molecules to obtain energy, and the second one is anabolism, which is the synthesis of all compounds needed by the cells. Okay, what is lipid metabolism? Lipid metabolism is the synthesis and degradation of lipids in cells involving the breakdown of storage of fats for energy. Okay, what is lipids? Lipids include several types of molecules, and fat is one type of lipids. And lipids also called triglycerides. They are esters of glycerol and free fatty acids. Okay, this is the structures of triglycerides, which consists of three fatty acids with different structural that is attached to a glycerol backbone. Fat can come from the diet, which is the digestion of food, and fat stored in adipose tissue, or can be synthesized from excess dietary carbohydrates in the liver. Lipids metabolism. Dietary fats are digested mainly in the small intestine by the action of bile salts and pancreatic lipase. Bile salts emulsify fats. They act as a detergent, breaking large globules of fat into smaller micelles, this making them more accessible to lipids. Pancreatic lipase converts triglyceride into three products, which is monoglyceride, free fatty acid, and also glycerol. All these three products move into the cells of intestinal epithelium, which is the enterocytes, and inside here, they recombine again to form triglycerides. Triglycerides are packaged along with cholesterol into large lipoprotein called chylomicron. Chylomicron then leave the enterocytes and pass into the bloodstream, delivering fats to the tissue. So what happened here? The walls of blood capillaries have a surface enzyme called lipoprotein lipase. This enzyme hydrolyzes triglycerides into fatty acids and glycerol, enabling them to pass the capillary walls into the tissue, here where they are oxidized for energy or reesterized for storage. Fat from the liver is endogenously, fat from the small intestine exogenously. So fat that is synthesized endogenously in the liver are packed into another type of lipoprotein forming the VLDL. So this is VLDL, which is very low density lipoprotein, and this VLDL to be transported to the tissue, okay, where triglycerides are extracted in the same way, such exogenously. So when required, fat that is stored in adipose tissue are mobilized for energy production by the action of hormone-sensitive lipase, which respond to hormone such as epinephrine. Next is lipolysis. Lipolysis is the process by which fats are broken down in our bodies through enzymes and water or hydrolysis. Lipid metabolism closely connected with carbohydrate metabolism, glycerol converted to glycolysis intermediate, while fatty acids undergo beta oxidation to generate acetyl-CoA. acetyl-CoA then oxidized in the citric acid cycle. So when acetyl-CoA produced in excess, it creates ketone bodies. So this is basically the process of lipolysis. And here is the pathway of lipolysis. Here is the glycerol that is converted to a glycolysis intermediate. And while fatty acids undergo beta oxidation to generate acetyl-CoA. And each round of beta oxidation will release one acetyl-CoA, which can then be oxidized in the citric acid cycle. Okay, beta oxidation also produces several high energy molecules which are fed directly to the electron transport system. Okay, when acetyl-CoA produced in excess, it creates ketone bodies. During glucose starvation, ketone bodies are an important sources for fuel, especially for the brain. But ketone bodies are acidic, and when produced in excess, it can overwhelm the buffering capacity of blood plasma, resulting in metabolic acidosis. This metabolic acidosis can lead to either coma or even death. Ketoacidosis is a serious complication of diabetes in which cells must oxidize fat for fuel as they cannot utilize glucose. And extreme diet that are excessively low in carbohydrates and high in fat may also result in ketoacidosis. Next is lipogenesis. Lipogenesis is the metabolic process through which acetyl-CoA converted to triglyceride for storage in fat. Basically, lipogenesis is the opposite of lipolysis. Okay, and then high level of carbohydrates generates excess acetyl-CoA can be converted to fatty acids. Citrate stimulated acetyl-CoA to synthesize fatty acids. Then fatty acids combine with glycerols and converted back into triglycerides. So this is the pathway of lipogenesis. So diets that are high in carbohydrates generate excess acetyl-CoA that can be converted into fatty acids. Synthesis of fatty acids from acetyl-CoA is stimulated by citrate, a marker of energy abundance, and it's inhibited by excess fatty acids. Fatty acids can be converted into triglycerides, but must be combining with glycerol derived from glycolysis intermediate. That's it for lipid metabolism. Thank you.